Oh boy. Oh. Dude, my truck's on fire. I'm just gonna lob it. Ah, mother.
On April 28th, 2025, YouTuber Maverick headed out on what was supposed to be a straightforward spring camping trip along the north shore of Lake Superior in northern Minnesota. His channel typically features outdoor content, truck camping, fishing outings, and quiet nights in remote locations. But that evening, things would soon shift in an unexpected direction.
I'm gonna be making my sweet way up the north shore of Lake Superior here in northern Minnesota. Right now it's about 25 degrees outside. Tonight it's supposed to get down to about 18, heavy snow. It's a gorgeous day, and one of my favorite things to do this time of year on the north shore is to go shore fishing. I'm gonna be trying to catch myself a northern Minnesotan steelhead. Although the lake's right here, and I could be to it in less than 2 minutes, and I'm gonna have to stop at a grocery store, find some food, all before I'm able to find a place to park and camp for the night.
The trip started earlier that day at Maverick's garage. He packed up the truck and began driving north along scenic Highway 61 toward Lake Superior. His goal was simple. He wanted to fish for steelhead before a late-season snowstorm reached the area. While on the road, his phone showed a winter weather advisory warning. The forecast included strong winds and dropping temperatures, but Maverick kept heading toward the lake.
All right, so if you look at the river, you can see it's kind of coming down this way off the rod tip. You can see where that muddy water is. I'm gonna work my way down the side here and see if I can't get lucky. All right, well, unfortunately for me, I'm not able to get my bobber past the line. I've tried a couple casts now, and it's not really going in my favor. You can kind of see the water starts to clear up a little more. So if I can get it on that inner current seam right there, so I'm gonna try to hit that for a couple casts. I'm gonna move a little bit further down and see if I can't, I'm not super confident in my spots I'm at right now. I'm gonna give it a shot, a few casts before I take off on out of here and head over to a grocery store and figure out what I unfortunately think that'll about do it for me here. Oh, bad day to forget the jacket.
By the time he arrived at the North Shore, the conditions already felt colder than expected. He parked near a river mouth known for steelhead movement. As he started setting up his gear, he realized something important: he had left his jacket behind. Despite the cold, he continued fishing along the shoreline. Waves pushed in from Lake Superior as he moved between spots where clear and murky water met. A short time later, he relocated to another area where he planned to meet a neighbor's son. Then, something unexpected happened.
I'm gonna go ahead and drive to another river spot that I know. You see any fish? No. It's freaking cold out. Yeah, you got a little. That looks like a coho maybe. That's pretty cool. The guy down the shore there just caught a fish. Usually I stand up on this rock right here, but I don't think I tried that today. Looks like a good way to get wet. Oh boy. Yeah, definitely a good way to get wet. Yeah, we're out. Woo, shit. Get me out of here. I got soaked.
While standing near rocks by the water, large waves suddenly crashed into him. With temperatures already falling, the water soaking his clothes began freezing almost right away. Recognizing how cold he had become, Maverick decided to end the fishing for the day. He left the lake and stopped at a nearby store to pick up food for dinner. After that, he drove along the shoreline until he found a quiet place to park for the night with a clear view of the lake.
All right, here we are. One of my favorite. Camped here a handful of times on this channel. Never disappoints. Right next to the lake. It's not supposed to start snowing until like 3 a.m. and it keeps changing its dang mind, so who knows? Maybe we won't actually get snow. All right, well, let's see if this diesel heater still works, shall we? Oh my God. Dude, my truck's on fire. What the heck?
Inside the truck, Maverick began getting ready for the evening. He turned on a diesel heater to warm the interior before cooking. For a moment, everything seemed normal. Then he noticed smoke.
What is happening? Oh my gosh, it might explode. I don't know what to do. Holy, this is not good. I'm dumbfounded right now. All of my groceries just got sprayed. What just happened? Oh my gosh. That is terrifying. Look at this. This is a mess. Wow. All right, I gotta get some of this stuff out here and shake this dust off of it. Look at my socks, dude. Oh, what the heck? Is this even still good to eat now? Can I not? Oh my gosh. That was terrifying. Oh my gosh, what do I do?
At first it was faint, but within seconds the cabin started filling with thick smoke. Maverick quickly looked for the source. Near the Goal Zero battery charging port, something had overheated. Flames began to form around the connection point of the charging cable. He grabbed a fire extinguisher and sprayed it directly at the source. White powder immediately filled the cabin. The flames were put out, but the inside of the truck was now coated with chemical residue from the extinguisher. His food bedding and equipment were all covered in the fine dust.
All right. All right, I disconnected the battery in the back, I should clarify. But it is so cold outside right now, I can't mess with anything. I have to heat up the truck really quick before I even close the hood and get on the road. I have to clean up the fire extinguisher dust particles, and I feel like I can't necessarily do that. And my truck almost started on fire, so I think I'm gonna go back to my shop and figure that out.
The air inside the truck became difficult to breathe. Realizing it was no longer safe, Maverick chose to leave the campsite and return to his garage. Later, while checking the equipment, he identified the issue. The connector linking the generator charging line to the Goal Zero battery pack had melted due to extreme heat. To continue with his plan, Maverick switched to sleeping in his van, a vehicle he calls Steve. By the next morning, snow had covered the area around Lake Superior. Looking back on the previous night, Maverick understood how close the situation had come to becoming far worse. Some viewers later suggested the cable may have been bent or pinched, leading to electrical arcing that overheated the connector. Others pointed out how quickly the fire was contained. But one question remains: what might have happened if the issue had started later while he was asleep? On May 1st, 2022, the YouTube channel Field Days uploaded a video from a remote region of the Western Australian outback. The channel is known for documenting survival tests and outdoor challenges in extreme environments. In this episode, the host ventured out alone to try a basic concept travel through the bush for 24 hours without food or water, gathering small amounts of water from leaves while moving. At first, the challenge appeared manageable, but the harsh outback conditions would soon prove otherwise.
Here we go. This isn't the one that we just saw, but I've just walked past this one, just found this is the tree we're looking for. This is called a white gum. These usually grow generally close to a creek or sort of close to water, but that's what this fella's doing, and these are the leaves that we actually want. This is exactly what we want. Beautiful. What we're going to do is we're just going to pillage as many of these leaves off this tree as we can, fill that bag up, and we're going to start hoofing it. Alright, so I'm not going to pillage this tree too much. I've just noticed another tree there in the background. So what we'll do is we'll take a little bit off that tree, a little bit off the next tree until we can fill this bag right up. Have a look at that. That's already condensating. That's all. That's future drinking water right there. You got to keep your eye out, keep observant when you're out here, and that's what we win. That's so bloody nice. That's just a big long length, some old fencing wire. Anyway, I'll take that any day of the week. I'll snap a little section of that off and we'll put that in the backpack. That's most definitely going to come in handy. That's real good. The hydration station. This thing, it's going to work. It's going to work like a bloody treat. There's a couple of ants in there also. Look, you can't really do anything about that. We'll just have to sieve that water out when we're drinking it. There's no way in the world if you were to put this over a tree that you'd be able to collect that many leaves off of the one branch. You can see it already completely getting all hot and moist and steamy inside. Grab that fencing wire which we found on the floor over there. I've got a bit of string in the bag, but you may as well just use the wire that we found. Just gonna use this fencing wire to tie it up, and we're gonna start hoofing it. All right, we're gonna make this bag airtight. We're gonna wrap this fencing wire around here like this. Gonna lock him off. Now we're talking hydration stations. Have a look at that. That is one big bag full of leaves. I'll show you what's happening. You can see down here, like, have a look at this. It's already just forming some beautiful water there. Don't know if you guys can see that on the camera, but there are a heap of little bugs running around. Look at this little fella here. So I suppose we can do one more thing.
Early in the journey, he located a white gum tree. These trees are often linked to underground water sources, making their leaves useful for this method. He filled a bag with leaves and sealed it tightly, using a piece of old barbed wire he had picked up from the ground. The bag was then secured to a branch so the process could begin.
What I'm hoping happens is, as they're walking through the bush, all that water's going to condensate. You can look at this. That's all going to condensate. It's going to get pushed down to this point here, which is quite tight. The leaves, the ants, the bugs, sort of like almost a filter. And then hopefully this thing will fill up with water. Look at this. I don't know if you can see that there, but that's complete drinking water. And that little bit of liquid you can see in the bottom, it might look like cat piss at the moment, but that there is 100% drinkable water. We've only been out here for a couple of hours. Still got the whole entire afternoon and all day tomorrow to walk, so that's bloody beautiful. Look at this. We've got this little bit of cat piss in the bottom of that catchment bag we made there. That's a good mouthful and a half of water there, but if I was to hang it up on a tree, I reckon we'd fill up that whole entire little reservoir there full of water, and the time is only 2:02, so we've got a fair whack to walk yet.
After setting up the bag, he continued walking through the bush. The terrain was dry and uneven, covered in rocks and scrub. The sun stayed intense and the air remained hot. After several hours, he checked the bag again. Small droplets of water had begun forming inside the plastic. Later, he noticed a small amount of water gathering in one corner of the bag. It wasn't much, only a few mouthfuls, but it confirmed that the method was working. He kept heading east, making his way back toward his vehicle. The car was parked hours away, and reaching it before nightfall was important.
Wow. We're not too far away from having a sunset. We've done some serious Ks today. I've hung that bag up in a tree with that rope we had. I've just made that little vessel. Easily we've got more than a cup of water already. It'd be a cup and a half. There's probably about a cup of condensation still in that bag. So we've been walking through the bush for around about 6 hours-ish. You can have a look. This has still got a whole lot of condensation and water up on the top there. But down here, there goes another fly. Oh, that's about the 100th fly I've eaten today. It's good for you.
At one point, he stopped beneath a large tree and decided to hang the bag higher so the water could collect more easily in one spot. While resting there, another problem appeared. Large swarms of flies surrounded him. The insects were relentless and difficult to avoid. While speaking to the camera, he accidentally swallowed flies because of how dense they were in the air.
It's good to know we've got at least 2 cupfuls of water in that bag. Let's climb up this tree. We'll see where the hell we are, how far we got to walk.
Later, he climbed a tree to get a better view of the landscape.
Oi! Get your monkey on. Alright, get here. Alright, we're halfway up a tree, trying to find out where the hell we are. Wait a minute, that ain't good. That ain't good, that's super slippery. Oi. We've made it to the top of a tree. Oh, look at this. It's probably one of the biggest trees in the area that I could find, but I can just see that. So what I can see here, we're close. We've nearly walked the whole way today. We're pretty close to where we need to be. What's that, another 2 hours, hour and a half walk? We've punched it. I'll show you guys where we are, where we started. We started way on the backside of that ridge this morning, and we just walked this whole way. That's where the car's parked. That's where we need to get to. Maybe it's a 2 hour and a half, 2 hour walk. Things are looking good. There's our campsite down there. All right, let's go and start a fire and sit back for the other. I'm just gonna lob it. Ah, mother. Oh no, that's not good. Oh, you're kidding me. No, no, no. Oh no, that's really not good. Oh fuck. I've just absolutely destroyed my ankle. Oh, it's absolutely killing me right now. Oh, this is not good, man. Oh, bugger. I've had issues with this ankle before, years and years ago. Oh, I can't even put weight on it. Oh, far out. What am I going to do now? Oh.
From the top, he hoped to spot a distant phone tower in the direction of his vehicle. After looking around, he climbed back down and prepared to drop from the final branch. The fall was short, about 1 meter. But when he landed, his foot hit a rock at an awkward angle. A sharp cracking sound followed. He immediately dropped to the ground in pain. His ankle had been severely injured. The same ankle had been broken years earlier, and the pain suggested it had happened again.
This is actually not even a joke right now, but my ankle, I can't even move my foot. This is bad. No phone reception. This isn't good. This really isn't good. Oh, oh, oh man, that's not good. No. I've actually broken this ankle before, surfing a couple of years ago, and it's exactly that same spot. This is so shit. All right, it's about a 2 hour walk on a good foot to get to the car. Hopping to the car like this is gonna take me hours. We're gonna have to just start thinking of ways to get back to the car. We're not camping here. This is bad. All right, I'm gonna have to make a set of crutches out of sticks and we're getting out of here. Oh, this is the worst. There we go. All right, here we go. Oh, that's good. I've got one crutch made. This actually works really well. Very simple setup. I'm gonna drink the water in that bag and we're gonna start punching on out of here. All right, let's get this water out of this bag and get out of here. Look, because we're going back to the car, I'm just gonna take what we can right now. Here she goes. Look at this. That is fresh drinking water coming straight out of there into our cup. You just punch that high, a little bit higher. See that sediment on the bottom? You don't want to be putting that stuff into your drink. So I've just put that hole a little bit higher. There's easily 2 cups in here. I can still get water out of the bag. Whole entire cup of water. That is 100% drinkable water. Look at this. It's actually quite nice. It almost tastes like some form of a tea. That eucalyptus gives it that little bit of flavour. Oh, I tell you what, after the first thing we've drank all day, that's absolutely incredible. That's real good. It's actually very, very clean water. It's beautiful. Look at my ankle, it is so swollen. Check this out. I'm actually gonna leave my shoe on because I don't reckon I'll get my shoe back on. Oh, what have I done?
Alone in the bush and unable to put weight on his foot, he now faced a serious situation. To keep moving, he gathered branches and made 2 simple crutches from nearby trees. Before leaving the area, he collected the water that had formed inside the plastic bag. The method had worked. The bag contained more than a cup of clean water. Using the crutches, he slowly began making his way through the bush toward the road. The sun was beginning to set, and the flies still surrounded him as he moved step by step through the fading light. Eventually, after hours of slow progress, he heard vehicles passing on a nearby highway. It was the first sign that he was finally close to safety. Several viewers later noted how unpredictable travel in the wilderness can be. Even a minor fall on uneven ground can lead to serious injury. In remote areas like the Australian outback, a single accident can quickly turn a simple challenge into a real survival situation. This clip is from the Creepy Outdoors YouTube channel. The creator usually films long, quiet walks through the forest at night, and on most evenings nothing unusual occurs. But on October 25th, 2022, something different took place. The video starts as expected, a flashlight slicing through the darkness, the woods calm and motionless, until a sudden high-pitched female scream cuts through the silence.
This is so lonely. Imagine just being lost out here. It feels like this would never end.
Oh, hi.
What the hell? I need to get out of here. Oh boy. Ooh. Okay. That was fucking creepy.
The sound resembled someone shouting that they could see him, and notably it happened just moments after the flashlight was turned off. There is an old belief in the Appalachian region that sounds which seem far away may actually be much closer than they appear, making the moment feel even more disturbing. Despite the scream, nothing else became visible. No figure stepped into view, leaving only silence once the sound faded. Instead of running in panic, the walker calmly left the area, and later continued uploading his usual nighttime walks as if nothing had happened, something many viewers have found surprising. The footage leaves the incident unresolved and raises questions about what caused that sound. Was it an animal mimicking a human voice? A person trying to scare anyone passing through? Or something more unusual? So what do you think happened in that section of the woods? Mandy lives in the Appalachian Mountains and keeps watch over her property using several motion and sound-activated CCTV cameras placed around her home. Many clips on her account show wildlife passing through, but one evening something far more unusual was captured. She received a sound alert from one of the cameras and was shocked when she reviewed the footage. The clip begins with a strange, high-pitched whistle, followed by a quiet, urgent whisper asking to be let inside. Despite checking carefully, no person is visible in the frame, yet the unsettling sounds continued night after night. Some viewers claimed they could see a face among the trees, but in the recording itself, nothing clearly appears, only the odd whistling and faint whispering. The homeowner explained that she did not contact the police because she did not expect authorities to take the situation seriously, and there were no signs of forced entry. Still, her concern grew, and she checked her other cameras. Hours later, the doorbell camera recorded the same whistle and whisper again, this time much clearer. Once again, there was no person, no animal, nothing physically present. Mandy also uploaded footage from a higher-mounted camera and even marked the position of the first camera in the video. That angle confirms that no one was standing within the original camera's field of view. A few days later, the event happened again, even later at night, and the whisper was unmistakable, raising the obvious question: is it time to leave the house? The situation intensified when a recording from inside the home appeared, with the same unusual sounds audible on the interior audio.
I gotta change it. It's all wet. Maybe I have to. It's all wet. I'm sorry, but you keep being trying to spill the thing. Yes, I know. Mama's gonna be in the bath. I know. I tried giving you the bubbers. You wouldn't take the bubbers. Now you have nothing for bubbers. The bubbers for what now? No bubbers for you now. I'm not giving you bubbers now.
It's a little bubble for you. I'm just getting another bottle.
Mandy says she did not hear anything at the time, but the clip clearly contains low, restless speech referencing wetness bottles and bubbles that is difficult to interpret. Commenters suggested various explanations, from the possibility of a hacked camera being used to play sounds to more ordinary causes, like birds or wind triggering the microphones.
So I'm gonna upload a video just showing you what it sounds like if someone were walking through the ring. Well, what it sounds like when I talk through the ring, what it sounds like on my end. And I just wanted to see what it sounded like because I wasn't sure. It's very loud. There's like an echo, and then there is also interference that you can hear, but I don't know if it was because I was standing because I was standing so close to the actual ring device. Maybe that's what was causing the interference. We also have 24/7 professional monitoring, so that's monitoring for any triggers of the alarm, but also it monitors for hacking into your computer into your camera. So I'm gonna upload it here. I don't think that's what it was, because I think I would have heard it. Hello?
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 So if I'm talking through, you cannot see because it sounds very loud. Somebody was hacking and talking through that camera. Can you hear the echo? So I don't know if someone was hacking it and talking through it, but I really don't think so. It's a Ring camera, but we have 24/7 monitoring, so I think I would get some kind of alert if it was being hacked, but I'm not 100% sure.
Some believed the outdoor clips could be explained by environmental noise, while the indoor audio remains harder to account for. Critics also noted that modern editing can easily add sound to footage, making a staged scenario possible. Mandy denied that her system had been hacked, and even uploaded a demonstration showing how the camera's two-way audio sounds when someone speaks through it. She also pointed out that her system includes professional 24/7 monitoring that would detect interference, though she admitted she cannot be completely certain. In the end, the evidence leaves the situation unresolved. Was it an animal, a prank, a technical issue, or something else entirely? Let us know what you think. The video is short, only around 20 seconds, but what it captures is far from normal. What makes it even more disturbing is the unknown origin behind it. No one knows who filmed it or who the individuals in the clip are. It starts with a group of friends moving through a forest. The mood is quiet. Everything seems ordinary until something unusual catches their attention. From the dark edge of the trees, a shape nearly hidden in the shadows begins to step forward.
Prove it. I don't know. I've been face down in a ditch for 2 hours. I was trying to save your buddy, okay? I don't think there's much left I have to prove. If you could come help, that'd be nice. Okay? I don't know where this thing is or when it's gonna...
One of the friends, drawn in by curiosity, starts walking toward it while the others call out for him to stop. But as he gets closer, the situation quickly intensifies. The figure suddenly rushes forward with unnatural speed, covering the distance almost instantly. A scream breaks through the silence as the entity grabs the boy and pulls him into the darkness. The rest of the group freezes in place, their panicked shouts echoing through the woods before the recording suddenly cuts, leaving only an eerie silence behind. No one knows what happened after. Did the others get away? Was the figure really a skinwalker, as many suspect, or something else entirely? The footage ends with more questions than answers, its unsettling mystery still unresolved. Jasco and Chris's investigation in the forest took a dark turn when they discovered signs connected to ritualistic activity. The feeling of being watched intensified, carrying an unsettling sense of presence. Jasco, known for documenting explorations of abandoned locations and cursed forests, is familiar with eerie environments. Alongside his friend Chris, he has encountered many paranormal settings, but this experience stood apart from anything they had faced before.
Thank you, appreciate it. You too.
We found a bag of organs, bro.
A bag of organs. Guys, a bag of organs were found. What the
Sheriff deputies and park rangers came to our campsite and told us that they came across a bag of organs in this forest, confirming that there is satanic cult activity happening in this forest.
They originally planned a simple overnight trip in a remote woodland, hoping to record possible cryptid activity. Instead, local authorities, police officers, deputies, and park rangers showed up to inform them that a bag filled with animal organs had been found nearby, confirming an active investigation tied to cult activity. The realization that they were dealing not just with legends, but real-world danger was chilling.
Oh my god, that's a scream. Chris, I just heard a scream outside.
What? As night settled in, the air grew heavy with the smell of decay. Distant screams cut through the darkness, and a suspicious truck repeatedly circled their campsite, adding to the tension. During spirit box sessions, unusual names and phrases came through, including Brenda Johnson, which matched a missing person case in the region. Searching further, they uncovered a duffel bag hidden beneath leaves containing old receipts, cards, and a damaged phone, unsettling physical evidence that aligned with what they had heard from the device.
Chris, wait, do you smell that?
Oh, it smells gross.
On several occasions tonight, there's been this one truck that has driven past us at our campsite on several different occasions, and it was very hit or miss.
I feel like someone's gonna be laying down in the grass and just grab our ankles.
That would suck.
I died here.
Oh. Behind us, bro.
Oh, bro, this is all broken, wet, and damp.
What? What do you see?
McDonald's cards? Arch card? What is an arch card?
I don't know. Well, it's like
Does
clear.
McDonald's have a bank?
Maybe like employees or something?
2007, it says.
I've never seen that before. It's so weird. Arch cards. Okay. Oh. Sorry.
Oh, shit, Chris?
Bro, listen.
Ah!
Oh!
That was a goose, I think. Chris, there's a receipt here. Holy shit. Oh my god, there's a date. Hold on. Bro, January 26th, 2008.
Fatal conditions.
Are you hearing what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Is it in the van?
Let me just open the top. That'll determine whether or not I want this in my van or not. What the f? Oh, the dust that just came out. Bro?
Why are the... What? Okay. Dude. Stop. Oh. So they were driving a Ford, the truck broke down.
Found on the road dead.
Found on the road dead, yeah. Dude, that's so random.
As time passed, branches snapped without wind, footsteps echoed nearby, and the camera repeatedly lost focus, as if reacting to something unseen. Every step deeper into the forest seemed to pull them closer to an invisible presence. Local legends about Wendigos, glowing-eyed howlers, and entities that steal identities resurfaced in their thoughts as the forest revealed burned bones and traces of occult rituals.
So for the first one, they call it the Hollow Stalker, aka the Wendigo. Hunters have claimed to see a gaunt, towering figure, its limbs impossibly long, its joints bending at wrong angles, the skin hangs loose, as if it's wearing the hide of something else. Old stories say the Wendigo was once a man from the 1800s logging camp, driven mad by winter starvation. When the snow thawed, they found him, still alive, but surrounded by stripped bones. Some say the Wendigo still mimics the voices of its victims, luring people off the trail.
Ooh, sounds spooky.
I don't know, considering what we both just experienced down the trail,
It's very possible, I don't know.
So this one's called The Howler in the Pines, Bigfoot. Unlike the gentle giant image in popular culture, the howler is far from peaceful. It's described as massive, covered in dark hair, but with glowing amber eyes.
Cool.
What did we just see like 20 minutes ago? Oh gosh.
Exciting.
Locals say it doesn't just scream, it makes a deep thrumming howl that vibrates in your chest and leaves you lightheaded, as if it's affecting your heart. Several campers reported walking to find huge muddy footprints around their tents in perfect circle.
What was that? Like a voice or something.
That was like a... Okay, I'm gonna let that like cool down for a bit. It's hard to hear. It smells incredible. It's hard to hear sometimes because the Jenny is so loud, but fuck, we'll keep our ears clean. That's not what I meant.
You clean my ears?
So this one's called The Skin Taker. This one's the least documented and the most feared. Witnesses claim to see animals with human-like eyes moving in stilted, unnatural ways. Some say it can wear people, appearing exactly like a missing friend until it gets close enough to touch you, then things start to slip.
I don't know if they're looking for something or something. That's the same thing. No, that's Forest Ranger, bro. That's a Forest Ranger truck.
Oh shit!
What are they looking for? It has this things on the side. It's like that's the I don't know if they're looking for it. They must be looking for somebody. On everything, they're looking for somebody. They have to.
You think so?
Lights. Why would he be driving up and down like
Wait,
that?
bro! Oh my god, you might be right.
It has the stripe on the side. That was a Forest Ranger.
100%.
He didn't come see us. But what? I'm like a little concerned now because they're looking for. And I heard some shit down there that makes me think there was actually people in the woods down there.
So what do you think's going on?
I wonder if someone's actually missing right now. Someone might be missing in the forest.
Bro, that's crazy.
There is satanic cult activity going on in this forest, and we...
Oh my god, there's something moving. Oh my god, okay.
What happened? You okay?
Yeah. Fuck. There's something. Ah.
Are you good?
Yeah.
After that exact moment in the forest is when we decided that it was enough. And honestly, we should have left several hours.
When a ranger truck appeared again, moving slowly, As if searching for someone, they realized they were caught in something far beyond a paranormal investigation. Loud impacts near their van, and a final scream resembling an animal's cry pushed them to pack up and leave immediately. What began as a search for legends turned into a real-life nightmare. The overlap of missing person reports evidence tied to cult activity and unexplained events suggests they may have encountered both criminal and possibly supernatural elements at once. Whether the spirit box responses reflected actual entities or fears amplified by the atmosphere of the forest remains uncertain. Was the name Brenda Johnson simply a coincidence? A lead connected to the missing person case, or something more disturbing trying to reach out? And what or who was circling their campsite that night?